In the chilly expanse of the Arctic, where icebergs stood tall and the northern lights danced in the night sky, there lived a jolly and wacky walrus named Wilbur. Unlike his fellow walruses, who were often serious and reserved, Wilbur had a mischievous spirit and an uncanny ability to bring laughter to the frozen land. From the time he was a little calf, Wilbur would play pranks on his walrus friends, leaving them chuckling and shaking their heads in amusement. He loved making funny faces and silly sounds, and his antics never failed to bring smiles to the faces of those around him. One day, as the walrus community gathered on an ice floe, Wilbur decided to take his wackiness to a whole new level. With a twinkle in his eye and a sly grin on his face, he donned a makeshift costume, pretending to be a walrus acrobat. He wobbled and stumbled, acting as if he were performing daring stunts. The walruses roared with laughter, and even the most serious among them couldn't help but crack a smile. Wilbur's reputation as the jolly jokester of the Arctic quickly spread, and animals from all over the icy terrain would come to watch his hilarious performances. Penguins waddled from afar, seals slid across the ice, and even polar bears paused in their hunting to witness the walrus's uproarious show. But as much as Wilbur loved being the center of attention, he also had a kind heart. He never played pranks to hurt or upset anyone, and his laughter was like a warm, comforting hug on a cold winter's day. One evening, as the northern lights painted the sky with vibrant hues, Wilbur overheard two young polar bear cubs arguing. They were having a disagreement over a fish they had caught, and their playful tussle was turning into a real squabble. Unable to resist spreading some cheer, Wilbur waddled over and began doing a silly dance. The cubs couldn't help but pause and watch the wacky walrus's funny moves. In a matter of moments, their disagreements were forgotten, and they joined in the laughter. As word of Wilbur's compassionate nature spread, the Arctic became a happier and more harmonious place. Animals from different species would gather around him, sharing stories and laughter that transcended their differences. The icy land echoed with the sound of joy, and the spirit of unity grew stronger. But as much as Wilbur loved being the Arctic's jolly jokester, he also felt a tinge of loneliness. He yearned for a friend who could share in his laughter and playful spirit. Little did he know that the Arctic had more surprises in store for him. One day, as Wilbur was entertaining a group of Arctic foxes, he noticed a young walrus calf sitting alone, looking a bit sad. Without a second thought, Wilbur waddled over and pulled one of his classic pranks. The calf's eyes widened, and then a burst of laughter escaped from its mouth. From that moment on, Wilbur and the walrus calf became inseparable friends. They laughed together, played together, and shared a bond that was as strong as the ice surrounding them. With his friend by his side, Wilbur's laughter became even more infectious, spreading joy far and wide across the Arctic. And so, the wacky walrus, Wilbur, continued to be the jolly jokester of the Arctic, bringing laughter, unity, and happiness to all who crossed his path. His heartwarming spirit reminded the world that even in the coldest of places, laughter could warm the soul and create bonds that could never be broken.